Alright, so I'm doing a video today on spark plugs. The reason I'm doing this video is to explain kind of what happened on my GSXR750, and I was having intermittent sparking issues using this one of these plugs, and I want to show you what I found. Basically, first off, I had done the troubleshooting on the bike, tested all the spark plugs on the bike, and they all sparked. That was done in another video. There was no issue there. I'd also cleaned out all the injectors, thinking maybe I had an injector problem. But what was the key thing is when I was testing the bike, go out for a ride, it was all fine when the bike was cold. The issues started to become intermittent as the bike warmed up and hit a certain temperature, and then it would run really crappy. Occasionally misfiring, at a light it seems like it's running on like 3 cylinders, just has no power like it had before. And again, it's only happened when it got warm, so it was kind of challenging to try and see what was going on. So anyway, I pulled the bike back into the garage and took a look and basically decided I'm going to go step by step and try and figure out. I pretty much determined it has to be spark, but why is it spark? Because I checked everything else. The fuel was good, all the coils were good. There's no issue with the fuel rail. There's lots of things. Lots of pressure. The fuel injectors themselves all worked. They sprayed. It had spark. It had air. Had compression. All the cylinders had compression too. So the only thing left had to be spark. So anyway, this is the spark plug. So it's a CR9E NGK spark plug. And this is, there's the end that I took off. So what I did is I took this and I took a Dremel tool with a cutting wheel and I cut all along this edge here. Careful not to cut right through. I just wanted to cut to the end so I could see the inside insulator. So I pulled this off, and you can see if you rotate around, it's pretty clean except for that one spot here where you see a little line here. What that line is, that's actually a crack in the insulator. So what I thought was happening was actually happening. So it was internally shorting in essence. So the spark would come down, the high voltage come down here, and instead of reaching to the end of the spark plug, it was sparking internally on the inside of this. So the spark never reached here. So that is the reason why it was intermittent and why I would sometimes get a spark, because sometimes the spark would come out of here, sometimes it came out of here. Just kind of depended on, again, the temperature, little characteristics inside the engine as it was heating up. So, and then once it became intermittent, it generally stayed a lot more intermittent, once it was heated up, because, everything kind of expands and when it's hot. So this is the issue that I was seeing. So, and I found this by moving the goods, basically taking a good known spark plug and moving it across each cylinder. Found that each one worked fine in each cylinder. It was only when I moved this one that it would follow this particular plug. So that's why I cut this one open, to try and figure out why was the spark plug not working. And so this is what I discovered. So wanted to share that with others in case they have issues with intermittent problems, which can be kind of problematic, and also to reflect on what I learned, which is always keep a good known working spark plug as a spare, and always do troubleshooting with a good known one that you can swap in and out from the bike, and just confirm that things are working as you expect them to work. I had made an assumption. The assumption was all the spark plugs were working, when in fact that was a wrong assumption. That's why it led me down the path of going and checking everything else. Didn't hurt to, I guess, clean the throttle bodies, clean all the injectors, check all that, but that wasn't the problem. The problem ended up to be, a $4 or whatever this spark plug is. One little $4 part can cause all kinds of grief. So note to self and note to others. Check your spark plugs and don't assume they're working, even if they are sparking.